Well, good day, YouTube. Bless me, I just burped. Good thing I'm a reverend, I can bless myself. Welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. I have a beer here from Niagara College. This is another Niagara College certified original. This one is from Brendan. This is Brendan's American Wheat. American. See, American is in capital letters, because they're American. It's American wheat. It's 5% alcohol by volume. I do not know if this is a crystal or not. Let's look through it. There is not much sediment in there. There's a little bit. Oh, it's floating around right now. Looks like semen in the bear. Looks like semen in the bear. Okay. Now, American wheat's usually a little hoppier than regular wheat. Not really going to be coriander filled and all that. Again, we have our Carling mug out because we're going retro this week. Alrighty, so visually, looks like any other beer out there. Really does. Nothing special look-wise. A little bit of stuff floating around in there. Just tiny, tiny little molecules. Some of that semen sludge. Beautiful white head. Not much of it, though. But beautiful. Okay. This beer smells like nothing, really. It smells like your average American adjunct lager, which, to be honest, some of the American wheats I've had have smelled like this. The Stereo Vision American wheat from Flying Monkeys, for instance. Flying Monkeys, amazing brewery, does some amazing things, but their American wheat, not so amazing. This beer reminds me a lot of stuff like that. It reminds me a lot of just the regular campus ale, to tell you the truth. At least on the nose. It has that sweet, sweet scent that is reminiscent of American adjunct lagers. Let's try the beer. Let's try it. Cheers. See, there's been some beautiful bitters that have been put out, some beautiful IPAs, the French coffee porter that just came out recently, really nice beer. The Chocolat mead, I hated, but it was more precise to what it was supposed to be than most commercial beers put out with the same titles. And then there's stuff like this. This is, again, Brendan's American Wheat. And sometimes I think they're joking with me. Sometimes I think they just take a beer they already have and put it in the bottle and put a label on it. Sometimes I think that the certified originals are a joke to see if anyone catches on. I sometimes think that. Because this tastes so much like the campus ale that is not funny. It tastes so much like the, like a slightly, one second. Yeah, so much like the campus ale, it's not funny. This tastes so much like the 30 IBU ale that they made that is kind of not funny. I mean, what's there to taste in there? You get a little bit of butter, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of hops. That's what you're getting. Is it an offensive beer in any way? No. But at the same time, is it something that makes me go, oh my god, that's an American wheat? No. The Brewmaster series beers they make, really good beers. The Butler's Bitter they make, really good beer. A lot of the Niagara College certified originals, really good beers. A lot of them, though, at the same time, as I said, just make me think they're playing jokes on me. And that's what this one's making me think. It's making me think they're playing a joke on me. I paid $5.60 for the Bomber. Not a bad price. Not a bad beer. I mean, I can drink the beer, but it screams to me so much like some of their other beers. Very light-bodied for a wheat beer. Not that it's light-bodied, it is medium-bodied, but it's very light-bodied for what it is. It doesn't feel like it's going to sit heavy in my stomach. It is filtered. I mean, there is a little bit of sediment, but it's filtered. But it does taste like your average sweet macro beer, really. Is that a bad thing? No. I mean, some of these kids are going to go into the macro world. It doesn't really matter as long as they're having fun and they enjoy what they're doing and they're good at it. Did he make a beer that's offensive to me? Not at all. I don't mind this beer. It's an okay beer. It's an okay beer. I can get behind it. I can drink it if I had to. Do I want to drink it? Not really. I mean, if I was going there to pay $5.60 for another bomber, I would buy one of the Brewmaster beers before this. I would buy the Amber's bitter before this. I would buy. Oh, there's just such a lineup of them. The French Coffee Porter. I would jump on the French Coffee Porter, and I believe the French Coffee Porter was made by first years. This is better than some of the beers I've had. This is better than even though it reminds me a lot of it, this is better than the Snowblind Vanilla Cream Ale. I like this better than the Tanner's Spicy Orange. You sit back and you drink this stuff, and you feel bad when you say anything bad about it, because it's a student, he's somebody that wants into the industry, he's trying to learn as much as he can, but I have to be as honest as I can be. I don't like this beer all that much. It just is too reminiscent of too many other beers there. I don't know if you were trying to play it safe. I don't know if this... You know what? I wish... Again, and I'll say this again to Niagara College, you need to put some information about the brewer back here. You've done it on your website. I've seen it before. Put the guy's... Well, maybe not his face because that might cost stalkers. But put, the name, the year they're in, the... favorite style. Give us some information about them, and then tell us the grade they got on the beer. What's the grade Brandon got on this beer? On his American wheat. What did he get on his American wheat? You know what I'm going to give him on his American wheat? Let me drink this and I'll tell you. I'm going to give him a 5.5 on his American wheat. Now on to the next part of this 5.5. It has too much weird sweetness. It has a little bit of a butteriness, which I must assume was a fault in his brewing. Or maybe it wasn't, because a lot of these ones that remind me of the First Draft Ale all have that buttery taste to them. The First Draft had it as well. Is it a hoppy wheat beer? Yes, there is a nice hop bitterness to it. It is a nice hoppy backbone. Great on that. Is it something that really screams at me, though? No, it's bland and it's nothing. However, I must give him that almost every American wheat I've had has been bland and boring. So you know what, Brandon? The 5.5 I gave you might even actually be worth a 6.5 or a 7.5 normally. I find the style bland and boring. I really do. I find the style to be nothing appealing to me other than the hop bitterness. I mean, there's no adjuncts in this stuff. There's nothing to add flavor. It's just wheat and hops. That's really what it is. It's a wheat malted beer with hops, and it just doesn't come off very well. And it's not your beer in general. I think it's the style. I mean, Flying Monkeys, again, a brewery that I have utmost respect for. I think Peter and his team do some amazing things there. But even his American wheat, I've not liked. I've had American wheats from huge American breweries that I've been like, why? And I think I'm finding that. I think this is going into the same boat as Pilsners and Kolsch and cream ales and other that I can drink, and there are a lot that I'll give a 7 and up on, but I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care for it. And it might be your favorite style. It might be your favorite style. It might be something that you love. It might be something you put your heart and soul into. And for that, I apologize if I hurt your feelings, but I just don't care. This beer does not make me care at all. I'm sure you've done other great things. I'm sure you will do other great things. The one thing I can say about Niagara College, it's made me have faith in the Canadian brewing scene, because some of the stuff that comes out of there is just so creative. It doesn't always hit the nail on the head, but it's just so creative that I have huge amounts of respect and faith. I have respect for you. You've made a beer that has been sold and people have bought, and it wasn't offensive. I have no respect for the style as of right now. Somebody make an American wheat that I can respect. Somebody make an American wheat that I like. Come on, somebody do it. I'm not even going to try to. You know what? I'm not going to brew one because I don't care. Somebody else brew one. Thank you. Bye.